What's happening with it, y'all? Before we get into this video, do me a favor and hit my like button and subscribe to the channel if you not already subbed to my channel. Now this one here is on Blair Cobbs, Mr. Woo! Yeah, that dude that think he Ric Flair some shit. Yeah, Blair Cobbs, the big mouth that just got embarrassed this weekend. Woo! Now Blair Cobbs, y'all, you know, he been making boxing news, headlines, whatever you want to call it, for the past couple weeks for the outrageous things that he been saying. And the man got very disrespectful when he got to talking about Errol Spence Jr., the big fish, the truth, Mr. Man Down. Now, this weekend, Blair Cobbs, he had to face Alexa Roach. And when I told everybody that Blair Cobbs has been talking loud, he been talking disrespectful, but now he was gonna have to go in the ring and back up all of that tough talk that he was talking, and he was gonna have to show everybody that he can really fight. Because when you talk all of that loud noise, people are gonna wanna tune in, especially the people that don't really know about you. They're gonna wanna tune in to see if you could back it up. Because you could talk the talk, but they wanted to see if you could walk the walk. Now, leading up to the fight, he said a lot of things about Errol Spence Jr. He got real disrespectful. He said some things about Terence Crawford. He also said some things about Jerome Bruce Ennis. But Errol Spence is the one that he really went in on. Like he had some type of personal vendetta against Errol Spence. Now, a lot of people looked at it as that Blair Cobbs was using Errol Spence's name to boost himself. But he went overboard talking about Errol Spence. Now, I'm just gonna play a clip of one thing that he said about Errol Spence Jr. And I'm gonna let y'all hear it, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna cook on it.
You've been highly critical of Errol Spence Jr. Where does that criticism come from?
The fact that he's afraid. He's afraid, yet he has all the belts. He's afraid of Terence Crawford. He's afraid of Terence Crawford. What was making that fight so long? He waited so long that he became devastated. If you don't do what's right, you will be cursed. And guess what happens? We don't see him fight for anything for a long time. One injury after the next. Car injury, this injury, eye injury. He missed the fucking opportunity to beat fucking Manny Pacquiao. What now? He's a coward. And I don't respect cowards. I know he's a good fighter, but he's a coward. And he ruined boxing.
You said that he's going to lose against Ugas. What is there that you see in him that looks like he's going to drop the unification bout versus Ugas?
Because I can see it already in his eyes. You think I can't see it?
Yeah, y'all heard this clown. This man had a nerve enough to call Errol Spence a coward. All the heavy lifting that he did in your division, you had a nerve enough to call that man a coward? And then you said that he ruined boxing? And you also said that he was afraid of Terence Crawford, and he's holding on to the belts because he's afraid to fight Terence Crawford? But one thing you said, right, that really stood out is you said, if you don't do what's right, you will be cursed.
If you don't do what's right, you will be cursed.
And it looked like you running your mouth, telling all them lies, being hella disrespectful towards Errol Spence when that man had never said nothing to you. Well, let's talk about how you got cursed, and then we gonna get back to what you had to say about Errol Spence. So let's fast forward a little bit. All of that stuff that he was talking, I told y'all that Blair was gonna have to get in the ring and back it up. And yeah, he did the exact opposite this past Saturday, y'all, when he stepped in the ring against Alexa Roach. See, Blair was the one that was cursed, because Blair the Flair got in the ring and he did okay for the first half of the fight. But when all of that herky-jerky, weird-ass movement that he was doing, tiring his own self out, when he tired himself out and he couldn't do all that herky-jerky, weird-ass moving, his style that he has was his nightmare. Yeah, the style that he has was his nightmare. Hands down, chin straight up in the air, getting hit with everything and the kitchen sink. He was getting tossed around the ring like a rag doll. Every blow he got hit with. Left hook, right hook, uppercut, jab, straight right. And you got your ass beat. Yeah, and the referee had to come in and save your motherfucking life. And you didn't even know where you was, Blair Cobb, because you were so out of it. You swung at the referee. You got embarrassed in front of the whole world after talking all of that tough talk, and you couldn't back up a lick of the talk that you was talking. So you was cursed. Because, see, this is what you said, Blair Cobb.
If you don't do what's right, you will be cursed.
Once again, Blair Cobb, this is what you said, Blair Cobb.
If you don't do what's right, you will be cursed.
And I'm just using your words, what you said. So yeah, you are right. If you don't do what's right, you will be cursed. You put it on yourself, Blair Cobb. You know, you had called Errol Spence a drunk. You said he was ducking Terence Crawford, which is a lie. Terence Crawford came out and told you that Errol Spence never ducked him. He said it himself. He said it was politics. He said it was Bob Arum. That man, Errol Spence, just got done saying, hey, after I beat Jordanis Ugas, I'm going straight after Terence Crawford. But see, you think it's cool to make headlines and you want to be disrespectful. But you see, you might have to answer to that. So the best thing you can do, Blair Cobb, you already embarrassed yourself in front of the whole world, right? You already lied on that man. You already called Errol Spence a drunk. Now what you need to do after you embarrassed yourself in front of the whole world, right? For not doing the right thing and cursing yourself. Wait, what did you say?
If you don't do what's right, you will be cursed.
Oh, okay. That was your voice that said that, right? Well, I'm going to tell you how you can change everything. Because, see, now, nobody wants to see you fight no more. You a joke. Everybody look at you as the laughing stock of boxing and a joke because you talked all that shit and you couldn't back none of it up, right? So, before it go any further, before you have to worry about having to really see the truth Errol Spence in public, because if you see him in public, we already seen you fight. If he decide to put hands on you, Blair Cobb, it's gonna get real ugly. So what you need to do is bow down, contact that man, and let that man know that you apologize. Apologize to Errol Spence. That's what you need to do. Matter of fact, you need to apologize to Terence Crawford, Jerron Boots Ennis. But before you do any of that, you need to apologize to Errol Spence and let that man know, hey, Errol, man, I apologize. I didn't mean none of that stuff that I was saying. I was just trying to build my fight off of your name, you know? And don't worry, I never say it again. And I know that I'm not on your level, but one day I hope to be able to share a ring with you. But I do apologize, Errol Spence, and I wish you the best of luck. And oh yeah, I lied. I don't see nothing. I actually do see something. I see the same thing that Mikey Garcia saw. That's why I got my ass whooped by Alexa Rocha, because I saw the same thing that Mikey Garcia saw. So when I said that I see something, that's what I meant. I apologize, Errol Spence. That's what you need to do, because, hey, if you don't, you done. you ain't gonna be able to sell no fight to nobody else, because now we don't have no questions. We know you can't fight. Now, let me give you one thing. You do have heart because you went out on your shield, but the referee saved your life. You must be humble, and you will be humbled, Blair Cobbs, because I ain't seen you on Instagram talking that tough shit no more. Where you at, Blair Cobbs? Come out and apologize to Errol Spence. That's my video. I said what I had to say. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone. Woo!